Hello, have you ever wondered if daily activities like getting dressed, writing your name, or brushing your teeth suddenly became difficult or impossible? For a lot of people, it's a daily reality. But thankfully, there's a major in career called occupational therapy that helps with those things. And if you will allow me your time, I would love to talk about it. I talk about the history, issues, resources, and current events in occupational therapy. Now, I may get a little tired, and I may refer to it as OT. OT started in the 16 and 1700s with mental illnesses, and according to St. Catherine University, they say mentally ill were viewed as threats to society. Often they were imprisoned and received no treatment, which is really sad. But in the 1800s, they started to treat mental illnesses with arts and crafts, sewing, gardening, and listening to music, which led into OT as we know today. Founders of occupational therapy are William Rush Dutton Jr. He started the National Society for OT. Susan Tracy, she started the first book in occupational therapy. And Eleanor Clark Slagle, she started the first school. And according to St. Catherine University, this all started in the early 1900s. People may not think about some issues with occupational therapy, but there are issues. And according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, they say that OTs may be required to lift and move clients or heavy equipment, which can cause injury to both the patients and the therapists themselves, which would be bad. Another issue that may come up in this field are bodily fluids, blood, pus, puke, and other fluids. But there are resources to help with these issues and websites to help and read about. And a website that I read about was the American OT Association. On that website, there are exam preps because you will need a license for this major. They have OT Pride, which has shirts, cups, pens. But on a serious note, they have publications and articles all about occupational therapy and is well informed on occupational therapy. Now, another resource is the Cleveland Clinic. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, on the website, they have the overview, risks and benefits, recovery and outlook, and when to call the doctor. Now, this is a resource for the patients to look what occupational therapy is, some of the recoveries, and all about occupational therapy. It's not really a resource for the therapists themselves. Now, a current event that I found surprising was AI. I found this surprising because occupational therapy, I thought, was more towards the people and just working with people all the time. And it is. But it also has AI into it. And I think that's really cool. And according to the Baker College, they have AI-powered rehab devices, and they have tools to train the brain for better memory and to increase attention span. Now, as you've heard today, OT is a lifeline for some people because it helps them reclaim their independence from its roots in the mental health in the 1700s, and there are just like any occupation or profession, it has issues like getting hurt or the bodily fluids. But thankfully, there are resources like the Cleveland Clinic and Baker College and St. Catherine University. Lastly, I mentioned AI and how surprised I was for AI being into the OT field, but everything in this field looks promising and really interesting to look into. Thank you for your time.